Hello and welcome to Lunch Therapy. I'm your host, Joel Marshall, and this is my co-host, Boney. Today we got Samantha Hale on the show today. It's Interview Friday, so we get to interview somebody really cool. They're here live, so if you're in the chat room, you can chat away, and we can put the chats on the screen. If you have any questions for us, if you want to try and distract us, good luck, because we're very focused people, because we're comedians. Comedians have laser focus, if you haven't noticed. Let's get into the show. This is called Lunch Therapy, Interview Friday.
Put the powder in the glass, pour an alcoholic beverage of your choice. I prefer whiskey. I also like to add a little bit of hot dog water to mine. It's just personal. Just find a nice sedentary position, relax, and stay there. Couch body.
Hello and welcome to Lunch Therapy. Here we are. It's Interview Friday. We've got Samantha Hale on the show today. We've got surfing tigers and leopards and all that stuff. Cheetahs. I don't know what they are. Oi, Camila Lopez is here. This is an interview show that we do live. So if you have any comments that you want to make or any questions or anything like that, just go ahead and put them in the chat. I'll put them on the screen if they're safe for work. I don't know. Thanks to everybody who patronizes this show, patreon.com/Joel Marshall. Their names are down there on the bottom there. Pam Palmieri, Seth Word, Jason Edelman, Daniel Muchler, Mary Marks, and Rebecca Henry. So thanks everybody for doing that. That's super cool. Also want to say we've got a live comedy show happening at the Visionarium in South Pasadena on July 25th, Saturday. That's a week from Saturday. Got some great comedians. I mean, some of my favorite comedians in all of LA. Adam Barnhart is headlining the show, but we got John Flanagan, Catherine Yoon, Ginny Sykes, Chris Walsh, Adrian Saint. Adrian Saint is a mentalist, so he's going to read your mind. For those of you who are mental out there, we've got a mentalist. Also, I want to highlight my guest has a show also on the 31st. So you can go to both. You can go to the one on Saturday 25th, and then the next week, Friday, July 31st, the Shark Lab fundraiser, Horror Nerd. Got some great comedians there. Some of them have been on the show. I think I'll pick them out. Meryl Clemmow and Amy Lieberman, they've all been on the show. So go over there and get some hilarious laughs and benefit sharks, because we love sharks around here. We're big shark fans. We think they've been vilified, and I think Samantha agrees. Let's get into this thing, but first we have to do some breathing. Excited today. I've got the bat is going to do the introduction for Samantha, so got that to look forward to. He hasn't been on the show for a while. He's kind of pissed. He's kind of pissed off. So if he's a little grumpy, that's okay. The Bat, though, you'll be able to see him coming up after this. But first, we breathe on the show. We've always done this because that's the way we keep our nervous system calm. Because we're doing a live show, and you never know what could happen. People could drop off or freeze, or I don't know. The internet could blow up or something. In through the nose, out through the toes. That's what we like to say. Hold it. Let it go. The nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. One more time, in through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. This is Tibetan Vibrations behind me. This is Travis Schumacher and his cat Perseus. They are so gracious to let us breathe every show with them in the background. I mean, they could be like, don't do that. But they love it. They've been on the show. So I highly recommend you going over to Tibetan Vibrations. It's a good way to relax the nervous system. And you might need it today because we're going to talk about horror. We're going to talk about scary movies. So that should be fun. So first, a little polar bear and maybe a few bats. This is from the Oregon Zoo. Very loud, rambunctious polar bear getting an ice bath. I mean, because it's got to be in Oregon. The polar bear's got to be like, it's too hot here. Too hot. Look at that. That's some flexibility there. It's amazing. I didn't know polar bears could do that. See, the things we learn, I learn, you learn, we all learn on this show. That looks like one happy animal. I just also want to show you they have bats there too, because we're going to have the bat on here. He would appreciate this. These are some rare rod bat pups born at the Oregon Zoo. They're cute, aren't they? They're like little dogs. Little dogs with wings. All right, let's get into this thing. As I've said multiple times, he's doing Pilates, Kamala says. He was doing Pilates, that polar bear. Sometimes the chats are delayed, so the comments are not about what we're watching on screen, which maybe they're doing Pilates too, I don't know. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the bat, introducing our guest. That's a panda. Oh, so good to be here. I am the bat, and I am so glad to be the one to introduce my friend and your friend, Samantha Hale. She is going to be on the show today. She is known as the horror nerd. She started out doing comedy, and she decided to bring her whole self, which is a horror nerd. She loves the horror movies. Like myself, I love horror movies. Joel doesn't like them so much because he is a wuss. Been a long time since I've been on the show, by the way, Joel. I don't know what's going on. I mean, maybe you're addicted to AI or something. I don't know what is happening, but you'd rather have some kind of a fake bat than a real, honest-to-God bat. Anyway, Samantha Hale. She was the granddaughter of the skipper, who was the hilarious, funny, bumbling skipper in Gilligan's Island, one of my favorite shows. And also, she was the great-granddaughter of Alan Hale Sr., who was Errol Flynn's sidekick. So we've got a lot to talk about with Hollywood. She definitely knows a lot about Hollywood and horror movies, but also about comedy, because she is a comedy instructor at a place they call FU. And I'm not flipping anybody off either. I'm just saying that it's Flappers University, and she is a teacher over there as well. So we're going to learn a lot about that. She also has a show, a live comedy show called The Horror Nerds. And that's happening at the Improv in Hollywood, California. Check that out. Got a lot of funny people, and they're giving away the money to sharks. So, and you know me, I love sharks. I go swimming in the water and I see the sharks, and I get very happy because they're like me. They got a lot of very sharp teeth. And then also she does a podcast, and the podcast is also called Horror Nerd. You see, there's a pattern here. There's a pattern. We're going to find out about that. We're going to find out how she keeps her mind right in the crazy world of comedy. And let's get into it. This is Interview Friday with Samantha Hale. Take it away, Joel.
The first movie ever to truly mesmerize me was Halloween. The original Halloween. I'm a Michael Myers girl. That is my guy. The thing about Michael Myers is he's been killing people for decades. And he's still power walking like a motherfucker. Apparently evil never dies or gets arthritis.
Stop it. How are you doing? Welcome to Lunch Therapy.
I'm good. Please give my sincerest thank you to Mr. Batman over there. Welcome back.
I will.
Is it Batman or is it?
He's called The Bat. It's
The Bat.
The Bat. Sort of like
Please
The Batman, I guess, but The Bat.
Right, but not Robert Pattinson, so I'm okay
No.
with that. I'm a Michael Keaton kind of a girl.
Are you? All right.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm with you on that one. Michael Keaton, he was great. He was great.
Yeah.
I wanted to start off the show by just saying we have the same birth date, October 23rd. Isn't that weird?
What's up? Wait,
does
what
it mean?
time were you born? Are you a morning baby?
11 a.m.
Okay, so you might. So I did one of those natal charts a while ago, and I found out I was born at 9:15 a.m. I found out I'm a Libra by like 5 minutes.
I wanted to ask you that because I'm like,
Yeah.
we're on the cusp. Like,
Yeah.
I still don't really know. I've had 2 astrologers on the show. They've never really copped to whether I'm a Libra or Scorpio. They've said many different things about me, but I always say that I'm a Scorpio wannabe.
Or a Scorpio rising, maybe that's a nicer way of saying
Yeah.
wannabe.
Well, also when you talk to astrologers, you find out that it has to do with a lot of different things about your chart, how you
Yeah,
are.
your location, where you were born, the time, the way the stars were aligned. It's the whole thing.
I was born on the East Coast. Were you born on the West Coast?
West Coast,
So
yeah,
we're
Tarzana.
closer to the same time of day,
Yeah.
many years
So
apart.
I think you might be a Scorpio. I'm
I might
guessing.
be. I
But
might be.
yeah.
I have a real Libra tendency, I must say.
Can't make a decision, wants world peace.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's me.
Kamala says, Samantha, have you been watching Widow's Bay? There's an episode
Love
with Michael
it.
Myers. Oh,
Love it, love it. Actually, my boyfriend was the one who was like, "Hey, this looks fun,"
yeah.
and we got hooked. Where we like, it got to the point where we'd be like, "No, we have to wait a whole week for the next episode."
Yeah. Yeah, we were
Yeah.
like that too. It's
Love
a
it.
great show.
Actually, next month, our August show at the Hollywood Improv is August 21st, and the theme is going to be like summer horror, or slashers, because why not?
Yeah.
And one of the comics is actually going to do Patricia
Oh,
from
really?
Widow's Bay.
Oh, I
yeah,
love her.
she's very excited about it.
So great. Tell us a little bit about the Horror Nerd live shows and how that came about.
Yeah, so Horror Nerd is so in the pandemic, right? None of us
Yeah.
could work. I mean, the clubs were closed. We were all going slightly crazy. But I realized I'm in Los Angeles. I have access to the most iconic horror film locations. Like we have the Michael Myers house, the Nightmare on Elm Street house, all these incredible houses. So I started going because it was something I could do, by myself safely, fine. So I did it, and I would make funny videos about the movie in front of the actual house.
Oh, that's cool. That's really
Yeah, and I
cool.
kept doing it, and people were like, "Oh, what are you gonna do next?" So when the world kind of opened up again, a friend of mine, Sarah Taylor, who's an amazing comic as
Sarah
well.
Taylor, she's been on the
You
show.
know Sarah?
Sarah
Yeah, I love
Taylor
Sarah.
introduced me to comedy, I'll tell you. I mean, in a way, I went to
Yeah.
college with her.
Oh, I love that.
And
Yeah.
we both went to Cal Arts, and then afterwards I went to go see her in a show, and I hadn't been doing comedy for a long time, and I was like, I really want to do comedy, and she's like, well, you got to meet my friend Cynthia Levin, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
started doing comedy again. But anyway, Sarah
Awesome.
Taylor. Sorry to
Look
jump
at
in.
Sarah bringing people together.
Yeah,
I just adore her.
yeah.
But she was like, hey, the improv, I know that they're taking pitches right now. Why don't you put together this concept?
Really?
And I thought, nah, it's Halloween theme. Maybe they'll let me do it once in October. And that was 4 years ago, which is crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
And we've been doing it monthly. We just kind of built it and built
You've
it.
been
And
doing it monthly all that time. Wow.
yeah, and I've brought it to other locations. We've been running it in a former mortuary in
I
Pasadena.
heard that.
Yeah, so we did that, and that was about a year. Our last show, sadly, is going to be July 24th. The location is unfortunately going to be closing. So July 24th, we're going out with a bang in Pasadena. If you're going to be there.
So have you been running 2 shows a month?
Yeah, because I'm insane.
You
Because
are
I'm out
insane.
of my mind.
I know what that's like myself too. I'm a little
And
insane too.
sometimes more. I mean, we've done it at Slasher World, we've done it at Transplants in Palmdale pretty regularly. Fourth Horseman in Long Beach. We do it every year at the Brea Improv, Ontario
Wow.
Improv. Yeah, I'm out of my mind. I'm a
You
little,
are a lunatic. Now,
yeah,
do you have a screen during the show, right? Or do you always have a screen?
yeah.
At the
We
improv,
do.
do you have it too, or?
We do. That's one of my favorite things about the improv is we do have the ability to do text. So we can also show slides, we can show clips. Some over the years, comics have done some of the most impressive slideshows, and it's so fun to like see the character that you're making fun of.
Yeah.
We've had people perform as characters. We just had an amazing cosplayer. I guess she's a cosplay comic because she does amazing characters. Laurel Kathleen, who's phenomenal. She
Yeah.
just did Hannibal Lecter on our last show.
Really?
Yes, and she had 2 FBI agents wheel her out
Oh, how
on
cool.
and
Does
she
she have a
had the whole
straitjacket or
mask.
what?
Oh yeah, she had a bottle of Chianti and everything.
Oh
She
my
went full
God,
out.
that's so great.
Yeah, so that's kind of my favorite thing about Horror Nerd is usually I get the question a lot from a comic, but they'll be like, "Hey Samantha, this is kind of weird," but the answer is yes. If you think it's weird, do it. Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
know how I've missed this. That's the thing. There's so much going on in Los Angeles that
Truly.
I mean, I can't even believe I've missed this. This is the coolest
Yeah.
thing ever. And
Yeah.
it's cool to have a theme too. Do you think that helps with you to market because marketing is probably one of the hardest things.
It's so hard. It's so hard. The hardest part about comedy is just, making sure that the room is full and you can keep going.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the hard part. Yeah, I wish that you could
Keeps
just,
me up at
you
night.
know, head,
You know what I mean? Like that's
I
the
think I've
stressful
taken
part.
Yeah, I think I've taken years off of my life,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
That it's tough because there's so many shows in Los Angeles. There's so much happening,
So
and
much talent. It's amazing.
yeah, it's just wild. I mean, I feel like if I were in maybe a smaller market, it might be a little easier because
Mhm.
there aren't 17 other shows on the same street
Yeah,
happening at the same
yeah.
time. Um, but yeah, it's just it's so nice to have something like the one thing I can say to every comic is like I promise you this is not a normal show. Yet it's themed, which is great.
Yeah.
But on top of the theme, which I always give the comics a month in advance. Hey, the theme this time is slashers, this time it's paranormal, this time it's vampires. And so I'm basically drop kicking them out of their comfort
I
zone.
love that.
Yeah, and my favorite thing is when they take the material that they write for Horror Nerd and they incorporate it into their regular set.
Yeah,
Like that
yeah,
makes me happy. But we also fully decorate the stage.
yeah.
Like when I first started, I was just going to, the dollar store and just putting cute little stuff that I would tape up. And my dear friend Tom Dolby, who actually directed the special Horror Nerd,
Hmm.
which is he's phenomenal, but he came in and he was like, and he saw my taped up decoration. He said, "Oh, girl, no, And he came in and brought in these beautiful pieces, and then he elevated the quality of the stage
Yeah.
production, basically. So then I had to keep that up, obviously. So now I have a garage full of creepy props that
Oh
just
yeah.
sit in my garage.
I'm going to show just a little bit of that trailer because it shows some
Yeah,
of the stuff
please.
you're talking about. Wow. Oh man, the trailer blew up all of a sudden.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's so great. And also, it's great because it forces people to, like you said, get out of their comfort zone, write some new material, write some stuff
Exactly.
that's particular. Do you choose comics that are like into horror, or you just get talented comics and go, what are you into? You know?
Yeah, that's sometimes the hard part is finding people who are like fully on board
Yeah.
and are willing to just go for it. It's more often than not, people will be like, I love horror, I would love to do it. But I have had friends of mine or people that I've been on shows with where I think, oh my God, they're brilliant. I've got to get them on the show. And I'll ask them and they'll be like, oh, I don't mess with
Really?
horror.
Oh,
Yeah.
because they don't like
But
horror. Yeah.
yeah, but I love it though when their perspective, like I had Robbie Hoffman on the show,
Uh,
and Robbie comes out and she's like, I personally think life is hard enough. Why do people watch this stuff? It's horrible, and it was hysterical. So I love having different perspectives of. There's a lot of us who were raised on horror. We love it. It's a part of our identity, and then there are people who were like. I watched this because Samantha made me, and now I can't sleep at night. Thanks,
that's
Samantha. I
funny.
get that too.
That's
Yeah.
funny. It's good to get that kind of fresh perspective too. Somebody that doesn't see the
Yeah.
horror movies to see them for the first time. I feel like I grew up watching a lot of horror films, and then somewhere along the line, I think it's probably when I met my wife because she's afraid of. She grabs my arm so hard during during the horror movies that like we missed. Or she watched that movie Hereditary, and she can't stop
Oh
talking about
yeah.
how horrific it was.
Yeah, Hereditary. I've got a bit about Hereditary being like either you love it or you hate it. And I think
Yeah,
it's the cilantro of horror.
the
Like either you love it or it
cilantro.
tastes like soap. Yeah.
Yeah, so it tastes like soap to her. Although, I mean, to the point, she's in the chat room, to the point where
She said, don't watch
every
that.
once in a while she talks about it like it's haunting her. But I really have to say I mean, the classic horror films. I
Yeah.
think for me it was Halloween, The Exorcist, that kind of thing that I
Yeah.
saw when I was a little kid, and
Yeah.
but I do feel like sometimes movies hit you on a deeper psychological level that I don't understand, like why you want to see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. There are times when like we went to go see Evil Dead Burn a couple days ago. And
Yeah.
there's these horrific demonic imagery. And I'm just sitting there like why am I watching? Like, why am I so into this stuff? Also, why is this not bothering me? What
Yeah.
is wrong
Well,
with
the
me?
thing
I
about
like
Evil Dead is it has a sense of comedy to it usually.
it.
I mean, I don't know what this one's
Yeah,
like, but I mean, that those guys are into the comedy of it.
yeah, and I love a good campy horror film. I
Yeah,
mean, I think some of the Evil Dead films. I mean, Bruce Campbell, what an
he's
icon! I
incredible.
am obsessed with Bruce Campbell. But the thing is, do you know how I actually discovered him for the first time when I was a kid? It was Xena, Warrior Princess.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
Were you
I
a fan
was
of that Xena Warrior
Oh,
Princess?
obsessed with Xena Warrior Princess. Totally.
So good.
Yeah, I like kind of gravitated towards like more like the baddies, like I was way more into the powerful kick butt women
Was
rather
Bruce
than the,
Campbell in that?
yeah, he
He
played
was?
Autolycus, the King of Thieves, I
Autolycus.
believe.
That's a character in The Winter's Tale, the Shakespeare. I didn't
Yeah,
know
I
that they had
think
a.
they probably
They
borrowed
stole
some
it. I
names.
did one of those shows back then because they had a lot of knockoff shows. I did one, New Adventures of Robin Hood, where I played like a prince, and I went
Oh,
to Lithuania
fun.
and shot it. It was one of the greatest experiences I ever had acting for
Oh, I
sure.
bet.
It was super
Oh,
fun.
I would love to get paid to go to Lithuania. That's
Yeah.
cool.
We also interviewed Bruce Campbell. We had a podcast called Fat Free Film years ago, and we were at
Oh,
Fangoria because my wife was in
nice.
a horror movie there. Even though she doesn't watch them, she was in one, and we were able to interview him, and it was so inspirational to hear this guy talk about how they put together Evil Dead and how they do the things that they do. I mean,
Yeah.
what an amazing person. Yeah.
Yeah, some of the biggest classics, most beloved films ever were a shoestring budget and just thrown together. People
Yeah.
just graduated from film school.
Yeah.
I love that. That's what makes Halloween so special is
I
just
don't know the
obviously,
backstory of Halloween really.
well, it was not shot for a lot of money, that's for
Really?
sure.
Was that
Yeah,
is that house in South Pasadena? Because my
it's
co-host was
there.
saying that
Yeah.
it's like around the corner from where we're doing our show. I want to find it and see
Yeah.
it.
So the actual Michael Myers house, I think so. If I remember correctly, the where it was originally when they shot it, I think they were going to demo the house, but they wound up like picking it up and moving it. So now it's on the corner of, I want to say it's like Mission Street.
Somebody saved it?
Yeah. Yeah, and
Really?
it's restored and it's beautiful and it's a real estate agent office now
Hmm.
currently, I think. But it's the same, pillars and it looks like the house. It just has a fresh coat of paint on it.
Hmm.
And then in the same area you have Laurie Strode's house and you have the Child's Play 2 house, the
In the
Pee-wee's
same
house.
area?
Uh-huh, they're all right there.
It's like a lot.
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah.
lot.
And then if you want to go to the babysitter house, like I think it was Tommy Doyle's house where the closet scene where he's like trying to get her in the closet.
Oh,
That is actually in West Hollywood, just about a block away from the Nightmare on Elm Street house.
really? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I've watched your videos where you show the different houses and stuff, which is really cool. How did you find the houses? Like, is it online
Google.
or something? You just Google
Google,
like, where's
yeah.
this house? And then you
Yeah,
go
I mean,
find it.
it's kind of terrifying and cool at the same time that you can find any address you want. You just look up, Michael Myers house, it'll bring up the address.
Wow. I wonder what it's
Yeah.
like if you live in one of those houses. Do you ever meet people that live
Well,
in those houses?
Well, there's a lot of us horror fans who were like, "Hey, dude, who bought the Nightmare on Elm Street house? If you
Yeah.
don't want people looking at this house, don't live here. It's
Yeah.
iconic." Apparently, he's not very nice.
Really?
So that's a bummer. But the people who were in the Laurie Strode house would always leave out a pumpkin like year round, which is really
Year
cool.
round. Remember the
Yeah.
end of Nightmare on Elm Street where he sucked her through the door or whatever?
Yep.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that was so
Yeah.
terrifying. That was another
Iconic.
one that was like, there are certain horror movies along the way that are just milestones. And that one
Oh,
seemed to
yeah.
be like that kind of thing. The kind of thing
Yeah.
that everybody had to go see it.
Right, right. I mean, I've seen documentaries about when The Exorcist came out, when Jaws came out. I mean, the lines around the building, The Exorcist literally created satanic panic. I mean, people were calling their churches thinking that they were possessed. I mean, it scared the crap out of
I
people. It
thought I
really
was
did.
being possessed when I was a little kid. I mean, I saw it in a really bad situation. I watched it and then I had to walk through the woods afterwards to go home. And
Bad
I watched it at
timing.
somebody else's house and it was like in the dark and walked through the woods. And the problem with The Exorcist for me was that there wasn't anybody saying it wasn't real. You know what I mean? Like it's
Uh,
just like it was kind of presented like this is what happens, and still to
yep,
this day, there are
yep.
people that tell you that that actually happened. So I remember lying in bed as a little kid, just being like, "Am I going to get possessed? Did the bed
Right,
just move or whatever?" But
right,
there's something
right.
thrilling about it. But that one does feel like it crosses the line. Like it crosses the line into some area where it's like it's hitting you so deeply psychological.
Yeah.
And also people say that the soundtrack has the sound of bees in it and things that make us scared on a level that we don't even understand. Like they
Right.
say Eskimos, if you played the sound of bees, and they don't have bees, like people up in the Arctic, their heart rate will go up from just the sound of bees. And
That
so
makes sense.
so
If you didn't
William
know what that
Friedkin
was.
thought, what the hell? I'll put that in the soundtrack and scare the shit out of people.
Yeah,
And also there's
pretty.
that flash of the face.
Yeah, the subliminal messaging in the edits, the quick flashes.
Yes. Oh my
Pretty
God.
genius. And that was another actor. That wasn't
Yeah.
Linda Blair. That
Who
was I
was
think
that? I wonder.
Eileen something. Forgive me, I can't remember her last name,
Oh, it was a
but it was
woman.
another actor. Uh-huh.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Pretty
Kamala
cool. Pretty
says there's a great
smart.
new documentary about Satanism. Yeah, that is an interesting documentary. I just
Oh
saw the
boy.
end of it. Basically it's a kind of an anti, church, the separation of church and state, that there's a lot of times, they're pushing them together.
Yeah.
And so there are people going, well, okay, fine. If Christians get this right, we're going to have the Church of Satan, and it's mainly a political movement. Anyway, interesting
Yeah.
thing to watch.
I've been told about that. It's not actually like the creepy
They're not
Satan worship
worshiping
you think it is. It's
evil.
political.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Isn't
pretty
that cool?
fascinating.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Do you ever do anything about politics in your comedy?
Occasionally, here and there. I mean, to be honest, it's very easy to make Trump a punchline
Yeah.
because he is who he is.
Yeah.
Not my favorite person. Um, and it's sometimes I'll write a joke and then like he comes to mind.
Yeah.
And then I think, you know what, Samantha, you can do better than that.
Yeah.
You can do better than that. You can think something more uh unexpected than that. That's too easy.
That is kind
And
of a
and
thing, isn't it? Like where your mind kind of goes to something easy and then you have to force yourself to go past it.
yeah,
Do you
yeah.
find
And
that?
sometimes, you know what, that's just like draft one of a joke, and you're like,
Yeah.
ah, this is okay. But also, I mean, there are some times, myself included, where I'm not in the mood to hear about politics if I'm there to see a comedy show. So unless the joke is like really, really, really perfectly good, then absolutely. But if it's like, oh, this is an easy punchline, to I try to do something more, or I don't know. I don't want to say original, but
Yeah. Unexpected. Well, you said unexpected earlier,
unexpected.
which I think is a really good
Yeah.
word because that's
Yeah.
mainly what comedy is, doing something
Yeah.
unexpected.
Yeah,
And in
definitely.
a world of so many comedians, especially where we live, you kind of
Mhm.
have to do something much more unexpected. Otherwise, you're just kind of in the herd, which I think is
Yeah.
great about what you're doing with the Horror Nerd podcast and show, is that you're
Yeah.
making
Thank
something
you.
very specific so people can
Yeah.
identify it.
Yeah, but also the thing with politics and horror, like a lot of horror films actually are about social and political commentary. So, I mean, like I had someone ask me, like, oh, maybe you should just take politics completely out of your show. And I'm like, but why? But horror films are about what's currently happening in the world.
Yes.
So, I think it's kind of more needed than ever. So, I certainly don't shy away from it. I would never encourage anyone to shy away from it. Just make the joke good. Just
Yeah.
make the joke solid, and
If they're
because the
solid
world is,
and funny, it's undeniable.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the world is a very scary place right now. There are a lot of people who are not safe right now. A lot of groups of marginalized people, a lot of people who just want to exist, a lot of people who just want the rights to their own bodies.
Yeah.
That's horror. That's
That
terrifying.
is
So
terrifying.
yeah, well, let's write about that. That's kind of our job as comedians, is to reflect on what's happening currently in the world. So
Well, there are also people that like will say if you want to write something political like a screenplay, I've heard people say set it in the future or set it in
ooh,
a different time period or put it in space because
yeah,
then it's like you're not directly commenting on what's happening now, but you might make people angry or something like that. You're just showing them something that in a world
yeah,
that is kind of like ours. And I think
yeah,
maybe horror might be like that too, like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, or there's a lot of movies that are like showing us like a dystopian future or some kind of alien invasion or something that oftentimes
right.
can be like a metaphor for something that's happening
Definitely.
right now.
Yeah, 1,000%. 1,000,000,000%. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, what a great film that is. And what I love it is that they shot it intentionally, kind of in a documentary style. So it
So
just
good.
seems so real. And the actors are phenomenal. And, Veronica Cartwright is like the queen of the 70s, right? She was like
Yeah,
the it girl.
yeah.
And the funny thing is they kept putting her in situations where they didn't tell her that there was going to be a jump scare.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, like the part at the end, spoiler alert, at the end of the movie where she
Yeah.
doesn't know that he's now an alien, and he screams at her and she screams. She didn't know he was gonna do that.
No
And
way.
right, and
It's
an
such a great
alien,
moment.
when yeah, an alien when the xenomorph pops out of the stomach and the
Yeah.
blood goes on her face, they didn't know that was gonna happen
She
either.
was she in both of those? No.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I'm now looking to see who Philip Kaufman directed that. What an amazing movie, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah.
And so many images too that you remember forever. Like the
Right.
dog with the human
Oh,
face. Oh my God,
yeah.
it's just like, and that end, that was the thing about that movie is the end
Yeah.
was just so powerful. You're
Yeah.
like, oh my God, she's like, oh my God, thank you. Thank God it's you. And he's just like,
That was the part she didn't know that
oh
was
my
coming.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is almost like traumatic, traumatic.
Right?
Oh.
I know.
Okay, now we have to talk about this because it's really interesting to me. Your
Ooh.
grandfather is Alan Hale, Jr., the
Yeah.
skipper on Gilligan's Island. One of my favorite shows growing up. One of the most things. What was it like having that him as a grandfather? You're kind of a part of Hollywood legends. You know what I mean? You're like Hollywood history.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm lucky. I'm very grateful that I have like a DVD box set of my grandfather that I can go online and look up pictures of my own family, which
Yeah.
is really cool. Not everybody has that,
Yeah.
they don't get to do that. So it's really cool. So I was 7 when he passed away, but I was the first grandchild, so I like to think I'm the favorite, obviously.
Yeah.
But I do have memories. Like I have the areas. Look
Yeah.
at him.
Look at him.
Look at that angel face.
Cool guy.
Yeah, I do have memories of going over to okay, so here's a cool thing. His house that he had when I was a kid was just a block away from the Nightmare on Elm Street house. It was right
Really?
there.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
And his neighbor, I think it was Linda Hunt, if you
Oh,
remember
I
Linda
love
Hunt,
Linda
who
Hunt.
is an
Yeah.
icon.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. And I think Ileana Douglas maybe lived on the same street at some
Really.
point.
Really.
I don't
She's
know.
great
Pretty
too.
cool.
She's a great actor.
Yeah. So I remember going over to his house and I remember playing with his poodles. He had two little gray poodles, Dolly and Sabrina. I remember them. I remember just like sitting with him in the backyard. And I have lots of photos and like home videos of him at the house that I'm in right now, actually. But I was 7 when he passed, so I remember enough. But I was still quite young.
Well, a lot of people don't realize that he had a vast career besides
Yeah,
Gilligan's Island. I mean, he was in all kinds
yeah.
of classic movies. His movie with
Biff Baker
Clint
and
Eastwood and all kinds of people.
yeah,
Hang 'em High, I think he was in, and like all
yeah,
kinds
hang
of
'em
stuff.
high.
Yeah.
He got to hang Clint Eastwood from a tree. I
Oh
mean,
my God. Yeah,
yeah,
in
it
the
was one of
beginning.
the rare times that he played the bad guy. He
That's
was
where he was.
usually,
Now I remember.
uh-huh,
Yeah, right. They
yeah,
hang him in the beginning and then he gets away,
they
and
sure do. And then
that's
he
that
gets in
skull.
trouble at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah. What an amazing career. Now, he and his dad had the same name, Alan Hale. I
Hmm.
mean, his dad was as prolific as he was.
Yeah,
Errol
yeah,
Flynn's
yeah. So that was
sidekick in many
senior.
movies. They also played the same role in, I think it was in Robin Hood or something like that. Alan Hale Jr. and Alan Hale Sr. played the same
So
role.
senior, I think, played Little John like
Yeah.
5 times.
Yes.
And the cool thing is, actually, what's today? Today's Friday. Actually, tomorrow,
What?
speaking of, tomorrow I'm going to be at the Old Town Music Theater in El Segundo. It's this beautiful silent movie theater. I mean, it's beautiful. And they show a lot of classic films there. And how I connected with them, I don't know, a year or two ago, I noticed that they were showing Robin Hood. And so I reached out and was like, hey, I would love to come see this. And we started talking, and they're like, oh, you're a comic? That's cool. Do you want to introduce the film? I said, of
Really?
course. Yeah.
Oh,
So
how cool.
now tomorrow they're showing, I believe it's the Douglas Fairbanks version.
Mm.
So, and I've never seen it on a big screen before, so I'm introducing that tomorrow at
Oh, that's
2:30.
really neat.
Yeah, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, that's cool.
Because my great grandfather, so senior, and then my great grandmother, Gretchen Hartman, they met on the set of a silent film.
Of a silent film. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, he was playing the bad guy, she was the ingenue, and they fell in love. Um, and
Wow.
what I learned the other day, actually, from my aunt Lana, you know the term like Mary Jane's, the shoes, Mary Jane's?
Hmm.
That
Yeah.
actually comes from my great grandmother. She was a child actor on Broadway and she wore those little shoes and they called them Mary. Her character's name was Mary Jane.
Uh,
So they named those shoes after her character.
oh my
Isn't that cool?
God. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
super cool. Now, were your parents involved in the film industry or television industry at all?
Not really. My dad, by the way, was Brian Allen Hale.
Hmm.
So he was an Alan Hale. They just put a
Oh,
Brian in
I
front of it.
wondered about that. I wondered if they
Yeah.
named him Alan Hale.
My dad, so he's passed. But the cool thing is when I miss him, I can hear his voice in my grandfather's voice. Because
Oh, really?
the older my dad got, I mean, he passed quite young. He was only in his 50s, but
Hmm.
he looked and sounded like him.
Wow.
So that was kind of
He didn't
cool.
have
But
the, the acting bug or anything like that?
he dabbled in it, but I think it wasn't it wasn't really for him, and I think he was also there would be a lot of pressure of
Yeah, I
being in his
bet.
dad's shadow.
I bet.
I mean, I feel it in a way, but
Do you?
it's self-imposed.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, I was like, if I'm not a big famous actor, I'm nothing. Like I put all this pressure. I don't know why. No one
Yeah.
was pressuring me.
Yeah. We do
But there
that. We
is a
put that kind
sense
of
of,
pressure on ourselves, and
yeah,
it can be so
yeah.
random.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like I'm, keeping his memory alive in some way by talking
Heck
about
yeah.
him, and
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
and also your grandfather was a comedian. I mean, he was in a
he
comedy.
was,
He was in a
yeah,
sitcom essentially,
right,
and he was a comedian.
right.
And they did a lot of physical comedy. He and
Oh,
Gilligan,
definitely.
Bob Denver.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. And you
super
know who
fun.
came to the very first show I ever did ever was Dawn Wells, who played
Really,
Marianne. Yeah,
Marianne? Oh yeah.
yeah, we got pretty close. She was
She
amazing.
went
I
to my
really
undergrad, University of Washington. So I met her
nice.
one time. She
Yeah.
seemed really sweet.
She's
Really
very
nice
sweet, but
person.
she was so funny. She had a
Really.
sense of humor that you wouldn't think Sweet Marian would. Like she was funny and she was sassy, and I just loved her. She was great.
That was a fun show. They had so many different fun characters on there. The
Oh
Thurston
yeah.
Howell and all that stuff. Really,
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
was
the
great.
howls.
I want to know also about sharks. I'm going to show a little clip here because you're doing a shark fundraiser.
I am.
I'm going to show you.
What's up, guys? We're on a boat, huh?
You might be wondering, why are two comedians and a puppet on a shark tagging boat? Well, we are raising money for the CSULB Shark Lab at our shark-themed comedy show at the Hollywood Improv on July 31st. So we had the opportunity to go out with the researchers on the water.
We're not even there yet.
Barry got a little seasick.
So
Huh.
I'm gonna launch this drone. We're gonna fly around out here,
Yeah.
and we're gonna look for sharks that are swimming near the surface, so we can hopefully try and get some tags out.
Like James said, we sent up a drone to look out for some white sharks.
I lost it.
So we hunkered down and waited. They found a shark.
What did they find?
A shark.
What's that?
The thing that's going
It is at the surface. It looks like yeah. All right, so we'll go find them or her. Most likely a her.
Girl power.
Lady shark,
Whispering
so I don't piss off the scientist.
Needless to say, we were having a great time.
And we're just waiting for an 8 to 9 foot white shark to surface.
And lo and behold, there is our fin. We hopped in the whaler and we're getting ready to tag that shark. It was absolutely incredible. And there is that shark. Oh my God.
Whoa.
That shark was being a little elusive, so we found another one. We were able to put in the dip cam and sex the shark. The next step was actually tagging it, which is much harder than it looks. We were just a little too far away from the shark here. After this, it was time for Barry and I to head out, but Sam stayed on the water and has a message.
Sam, what should people come to at the end of July?
After we left, of course, they did actually get to tag a shark.
What the hell?
Come to the Hollywood Improv on July 31st. We're going to be raising money for sharks. Yay!
That is so cool. Wow, that is so cool. So, how did you get interested in sharks, or what? How did that come about?
Yeah, I don't know how I just came out as a child just obsessed with the ocean. I mean, orcas and sharks, I'm so drawn to. I mean, whales, also, all whales, everything, marine mammals. But I don't know why. I just loved them as a kid. I was more interested in watching National Geographic than watching Barbie, and that's what I did. And so a dream was always to be able to experience white sharks, to get to actually see one. And I found out that there was it's called Horizon Charters. I don't think you can go there anymore, but we were able to go to Guadalupe Island off the coast of Baja, and it was life-changing. I got to go cage diving. And the thing was, though, the only thing is, as the granddaughter of a cursed sailor, it really is a curse because I cannot get on a boat without needing to barf.
Really, you're seasick?
Yeah, I've gotten better at it. Now I know how to prepare with the Dramamine and, loading up on carbs and all that stuff. But yeah, I was like basically sick for 5 days. It was a liveaboard trip.
Oh my goodness.
Whoops. But I was able to eat whatever I wanted because I was like, whatever, it's going to be fish food. So Bring me the cookies.
I guess
But
that's a benefit, I guess.
it was a benefit at least. But so I went out with my dear friends Chad and Adam. I don't know if there are any RuPaul's Drag Race fans out there. It's Chad Michaels, who is the best Cher impersonator on the planet and one of my favorite humans.
Wow.
We went out and it was funny because the crew was like, "Oh, do you guys want to do drag and comedy for us?" We're like, "No,
No.
we're on a shark boat. No count."
Never do comedy on a shark boat. Never do it.
No, I'm like, I can barely stand up. Like, no. But so we went and it was magical. Shout out to the crew and everyone was wonderful. But so we got to go on a science-based expedition. We specifically chose that week because Chris Lowe, who is the director, founder of the Cal State Long Beach Shark Lab. So he was there with one of his, I don't know, assistant or students, and they were doing some research. There was also another group called like the Shark Alliance, and it was a bunch of girls who are trying to show people that the media has basically done some BS to sharks. The media is not giving sharks a accurate rap.
Shark
and just
Week.
Yeah,
Shark
well,
Week. There's
yeah,
Chad.
there's Chris.
Chris Lowe.
Yeah, so Shark Week, you know what? I have to admit, Shark Week, we will be roasting during the show because
Good.
they started as being very like conservation based and educational, and now it's just like, what celebrity can we put in a bikini and have it try to punch a shark? Like, it's gotten a little out of hand. Discovery, what are you doing? So Chris actually used to be on Shark Week all the time. He hasn't, he's decided to step away. But he's amazing. And so when we went to, my boyfriend and I went to Hawaii and we went shark diving and it was magical. It was Galapagos sandbars, they beautiful sharks. So I posted some pictures and Chris commented on it. And then I kind of jokingly was like, we should do an underwater benefit. He's like, well, actually, that would be amazing. Our lab is really struggling for funding right now. They applied for a huge grant. They didn't get it, unfortunately. So now the lab is staying afloat just on private donations, which
Oh my God.
I don't know how sustainable that's going to be.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the really important thing, because they're creating content and instructions on safety, how to respect the sharks, how to make sure you're not putting yourself in a bad position where maybe, we're trying to understand each other more. But at the end of the day, it's the sharks' home. We are guests. That's how I feel. But with the waters are unusually warm right now in Southern California due to El Nino. So there's going to be a lot more white sharks in the water because they love that warm water. It's more important now than ever.
Oh my God, there's a killer whale. I don't know how he got in there.
I know. You know what the thing is, and I feel so bad about it. I have a white shark on one arm and I have an orca on the other. But I kind of feel like orcas, it's like Freddy versus Jason, because they're like the two top predators. But actually, I love you sharks, but orcas are the apex predator.
They are, aren't they?
But I love them both so much.
Yeah, me
So
too.
I can't choose who to root for. I love them both. But anyway, so we're really excited to be raising funds and awareness for the lab July 31st. And we just had a special addition to the show starting at 7 p.m. when the doors first open. We're going to have an incredible fiddle player and composer. Craig Eastman is going to be performing.
Wow.
And yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard of Pirates of the Caribbean, but you're going to
course.
recognize his music.
Really? Oh, how
Yeah.
cool is that? How
Yeah.
did you establish your show at the Improv? Did you said that you like petitioned for, or you pitched it?
I pitched it. Yeah. So at the time, so Sarah Taylor, again, so Sarah had her show running at the time. So she had a relationship with them. She was like, hey, I can, give you the email that you can just pitch it, tell them what it is, tell them how you'd run the show and what makes it special. And I said, all right, I'll give it a shot. And I did. And they were like, yeah, well, let's check it out. And like I said, I really thought it would be a one-time thing, but they've been so supportive and so lovely over the years.
Yeah.
I actually shot the special there.
Oh my God, we got to talk about your special. It's so good, by the way. Comedy Dynamics.
you.
You can see
Yes.
it. Where can people see it?
So right now it's on Amazon and Apple TV, Google Play. If you just look up Samantha Hale Horror Nerd, it'll pop up. You can rent it or buy it on iTunes.
I love that. I love what you do with that. It's great. Let me just
Yeah.
move on to the next thing here. Yeah. So when that was like a year ago that you did that?
It came out last September.
Last September. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's really great. I highly recommend that for people. One of the things that's great about it too, also, is the same thing about your show. It's got like a theme, and you
Yeah.
talk about things that we can relate to. People
Right.
that that are horror nerds, but also people that are just like films.
Yeah. And people have asked me, oh, okay, so in your show, we're in the special, do you just make fun of the killers for an hour? I said, not necessarily. It's actually more about my relationship to horror, why it means so much to me, how I got into it. There's a lot of stories about like my father getting me into it, how I feel connected to him when I watch it.
It's
You
very
know, that was
personal. It's a very personal thing.
yeah, I tried to make it as vulnerable as I could,
Mm-hmm.
while also having some fun. Like, sure, I do make fun of Friday the 13th, but also I have the story of how I met Kane Hodder, who is the best Jason. I will fight anyone who says he's not. So I try to add very personal elements to it as well.
I've got a clip here.
A lot of iconic films in horror are based on a real person. Ed Gein.
White woman, makes sense.
Oh my God.
Ed Gein is the inspiration for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Psycho, and Silence of the Lambs. So here's what happened. The cops raided his farm in the 50s. They said, Mr. Gein, we need to know where all your victims are. He said, okay, not a problem. Just get me a piece of apple pie with cheddar cheese on it and I'll tell you everything. So they go in, they find a woman's jawbone used as a wind chime. They found coffee cups made out of skulls. They found a belt made out of nipples. And then the most horrifying part was they found a woman's face, like her whole face in a bag under his bed. And I was watching it and all I could think about was, oh my God, that is disgusting. Who the fuck puts cheese on pie?
Who does that? Who does that?
Ed Gein, apparently.
Apparently. Oh, that was a scary movie or show that they made about. I couldn't even
the
watch it.
Ryan Murphy
Yes,
monster.
I could not watch
Yeah,
that. I
it
had two
was-
people that I knew in it too, so it was like,
Oh,
kind of-
was it Teddy Marcus? No, he was in Dahmer.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was oh God, now I'm blanking on her name, but she was somebody who's been on the show, and she was the woman who was the
nice.
bartender, who
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. It was, I mean, it was, I feel like they
Rondi
probably
Reed
just,
finally came to my head. Her name's Rondi Reed, and she's a wonderful actress. And she played
Yes.
the bartender, and then he just murdered
she
her and
is.
wore her skin.
And Rondi, she's in Steppenwolf, which
Yes.
is an amazing theater company. I took a bunch of Steppenwolf classes,
Did you?
Steppenwolf West. I studied with Jeff Perry, who's
love
phenomenal,
them
and
all.
Tom Irwin. So Laurie Metcalf is also Steppenwolf. She
Yeah.
plays Ed
She's
Gein's
the other
mother.
person that I.
Oh, she's terrifying in that
Yeah.
show. She's brilliant. I think she's one of the best actors
She
we
is
have.
one of the best actresses going, I think.
Yeah, she's a phenomenal
I
actor.
worked
I've
with
seen her in
Steppenwolf
many
for a
live
couple of
plays.
years, and I was
Nice.
like a dresser for Lori. Like she would come off and
Oh,
help her
cool.
change or whatever. But
That's so cool. I'm not
Steppenwolf, those
jealous.
people are so amazing. They're just
Yeah,
incredible actors.
Steppenwolf is a group of people who love theater and like respect theater, and they do it because they love it. But they're all like working actors because they're all so good.
And whenever you see one, you see another one. It
Yeah,
seems like in a
totally.
movie.
They're like
I don't
a
know why
team.
that
They
is. I
help
asked them
each
about that. I
other.
asked Rondi about that, and she was like, "Well, I think it just kind of happens because I think people that are fans of theirs are often fans of somebody else in the company."
That
you
makes
know?
sense. Yeah, that definitely
Because
makes
I always
sense.
thought they were like, "Okay, you hired me, now you got to hire my friend too."
But that makes sense. You've probably seen them working together before and like, oh my
Yeah.
God, they're great together.
It's totally that. Yeah, it's just that
Yeah.
people appreciate that.
Definitely.
Where are you headed? Are you going to write a horror movie and direct it? Is that something you're interested in, or what?
Yeah, definitely. So I actually recently directed and co-wrote my first horror short, which actually started as like we thought, oh, this will be fun. It is a bit political to tell you the truth. So it's a Lizzie Borden story, but our angle is that Lizzie is somehow, we don't know how, but she is here in current present day, and she goes on a podcast, kind of like a, kind of a misogynistic, typical kind of like
Yeah.
dude bro podcast. She comes on it, and they keep just like insulting her and insulting her, and finally she's like, "Fuck it," and she kills them all.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it started as kind of like, let's make this campy, let's make this kind of like a sketch. But then, so Cameron Rice, who shot and produced it and brought on Lucas, our DP, who's phenomenal. Cam was like, what if we made this full horror? Like, and I said, yes, let's do it. So it just got creepier and creepier. And because we shot it in like a very nice podcast, actual podcast studio, which is kind of, an enclosed space. We added a lot of creepy insert shots and this and that just to build the world in this small physical space. And I'm really excited to see, we're editing it right now. And I'm really excited to see how it turns out. I mean, we had, a full effects. I mean, I don't want to give away the ending, but the podcaster who was a little douchey may have been whacked in the mouth. Just saying.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
I like that too. It's like Carrie takes on the manosphere or something like that.
Yeah.
You were saying about Carrie that it was like a good for her kind of movie. Like you were
Very
saying
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
And
sort of like,
I really love Carrie. I've always loved the movie Carrie, but I will say that last October I got the opportunity to host a couple of horror screenings for the LA Conservancy, and we did it at the Million Dollar Theater, which is in downtown LA, and it's huge and it's beautiful, and the history there is just it was so cool to be able to be on that stage.
Yeah.
So we did Carrie and we did Young Frankenstein. And
what a combination.
yeah, it was very, very different, right?
Yeah.
So the thing that made it really cool seeing Carrie, I'd never seen Carrie on a big screen like that. But also, I was just going through a lot October is a busy, busy, crazy time of the year for me, but
bet.
grateful to be working for sure. But I was just going through some personal stuff, and I was trying to find my place, and I just was having these feelings of like, what am I doing? I don't fit in, and all of this, I'm not your regular comic. What am I doing? And I saw Carrie on the big screen, and that part, the prom scene where she's just gotten the pig's blood on her, and you can see the thoughts in her head of just like, you know what, F you people, I'm getting all of you. In that moment, my heart broke, and it was also full of like, hell yeah, at the same time. And I just like tears started coming down, and it was just, yeah, like
A lot of different feelings layered
there
in
was
that.
yeah, and like I was supposed to be doing a big show in Arizona that I was really excited about, and I got bumped for another big name, and I was just going through a lot in my mind. And seeing Carrie like that, I had a whole new I fell in love with it all over again. And back before
It just
sorry?
goes to show you what like great acting in horror movies.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
much that they can actually be like hit you on an emotional level that is like important.
Definitely. And before I even started stand up, like in another lifetime, I thought I was going to be a documentary filmmaker, and I made a couple. One of them got on the documentary channel. It was very cool.
Wow, cool.
But they were about music and the importance of music. And so I wound up connecting with Skylar Fisk, who is an actor and a singer-songwriter who's just a beautiful voice, really a wonderful musician. I was lucky enough to have her in my film, and she happens to be Sissy's daughter. And
Oh
so
my God.
when I would go to support Skylar, like Sissy was there all the time. And she's delightful. She's so sweet.
Really?
And she would be in the back of the room, like, go, honey. She was just so proud of Skylar. And you could tell Skylar was like, Mom, oh my God, stop. It was so endearing. It was so lovely. And I have nothing but great things to say about Sissy and Skylar. What a lovely couple of people.
That's so great.
Yeah.
All right, we got to end it. We're at the hour mark. I know.
No.
Can you believe it? We just got started. But it's so great having you on the show. I got to thank you, and I got to thank Jenny Sykes, who tipped me
Yes.
off to you, because she told me about your shark show, and she was like, Joel,
Thank
you
you,
gotta
Jeannie.
do that show. And I was like,
Yeah.
well, I'll do the next best thing. I'll see if I can get Samantha on the show. So anyway,
Perfect.
it's so great to have you, and
Thank you.
just really wonderful and inspiring to hear the things that you're doing. So thank you so much. And if anybody wants to find out about you, where do they go? Instagram, is that the best place to go?
Yeah, Instagram, it's at the Samantha Hale. And I also have at Horror Nerd Comedy.
Okay. And I'll put those
Or
on
the
show notes,
podcast.
too.
If you like to listen to podcasts, we have the Horror Nerds podcast, wherever you get your podcast streaming fix.
Did that start, was that the beginning of things, or was that just like along the way?
After the
you
live
came-
show.
Yeah, that's
After,
cool.
actually.
That's
Yeah,
super
it was
cool.
the next step.
All right. Well, Kamala says, can't wait to see your shows. Can't wait to see your movie.
Thank you.
all
Yes.
that. So thanks so much. Now it's time for a dance break. So get ready. We're got a little. This band is called Septagram, and they're doing a nice Smashing Pumpkins song. So
I love
All
the
right.
pumpkins.
I like this band. They're cool.
I like it.
It's good, right? Thanks everybody for being here. Please pass this around. This is a very important show for people who are horror nerds and comedians and people that just like having fun. So thanks so much for being here, Sam. It's been really
Thanks for
good.
having me.
All right.
Good. Yeah. I'm going to look them up. Septagram.
Check out their channel on YouTube, Septagram. All right,
I like
we'll
the
see
guy in the
y'all.
back.
Yeah, I know. I like the guy in the back. All right, we'll see you all next week for more lunch therapy. Have a great weekend.